Hi. In this video, we will introduce you to Power Pivot in Excel.
Power Pivot is an Excel add-in that you can use to perform powerful data analysis, and you can create sophisticated data models. Power Pivot makes it easy to mash up large volumes of data from various sources, and it can do fast information analysis and makes it easy to share insights. A data model is a collection of tables which have relationships between each other. The data model you see in a workbook in Excel is the same data model you see in a Power Pivot window. Any data you import to Excel is available in Power Pivot and vice versa. In Power Pivot, you can efficiently store large volumes of data and millions of data sets and combine multiple data sources and multiple data formats. You can also create calculated columns. For example, if your data has revenue and cost, you can calculate profit as equal to revenue minus cost. Power Pivot contains what's called data analysis expressions or DAX functions, which facilitate creation of calculated columns. You can create calculated fields that aggregate data like sum of profits. You can also create Power Pivot measures that can be used in pivot tables and pivot charts. You can create KPIs that make it easy to organize and visualize your data. This is similar to conditional formatting. Power Pivot can be used as a data source for work for pivot table charts, etc. You can publish Power Pivot reports on Microsoft SharePoint. This allows automatic data refreshes and facilitates sharing. Power Pivot comes as what's called a COM add-in, and you need to install it before you can use it. To install, you can go to File, go to Options, then Add-ins. And here under Manage, you need to select COM add-ins and click on Go. And here you will see Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. You need to tick that and say OK. Now it will appear on the ribbon like this.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our top-selling CPD certified Excel courses and our awesome Excel training app. Our innovative Excel training app allows you to take our Excel courses inside your Excel application itself, giving you a truly immersive learning experience. Hello. In this video, we will learn how to use Power Pivot in Excel.
So this is the tab where you can work with Power Pivot tables, calculated fields, and KPIs. Here you need to come to this corner where data model is and then click on Manage. Now we are in the Power Pivot window. You can come to this Get External Data section to get data from different sources. So here if you come under From Database, you can see you can get from SQL Server, from Access, from Data, from Analysis Services or Power Pivot. And under From Data Service, you can get from OData. And you have from other sources. So you have SQL Server, SQL Azure, Microsoft Access, Oracle, and so on. Then you have Excel files and text files. So let's see how we can get data from a text file. So I got a file called Store Sales. If I open that, this is a text file which has store, product, date, units, and revenue. So let me open a blank Excel workbook, Control N shortcut. I will go to Power Pivot, go to Manage. Then I will go to From Other Sources, go down, and here I can see text file. I will click on that and click Next. So I can browse from here. Select the file Store Sales. The file is automatically given a name. It's optional. Because the first row of the data contains column headers, I will select Use first row as column headers. Since the data fields in the file are not separated by spaces or a character like comma or a semicolon, I will use tab key as the column separator. So I can see a preview here. I will click on Finish and then Close to import data into the Power Pivot. Now data is imported into the Power Pivot. You can see the data. To import the file states, I come to the Manage tab and click from Other Sources and come down and select Excel file and click Next. Then I need to browse to the file, States, and open. You have to click Use First Row as Column Headers. Then I click Next. Now this workbook has 3 sheets, but sheet 1 has all the data we need. So I just tick there. And I click on Finish and Close. So that data is now imported. I will change the name sheet 1 to States. Now the problem is Power Pivot doesn't know the connections between these two sets of data on these 2 sheets. Here we got store and state, and here we got store and other fields. Now to solve this problem, I need to create relationship between the 2 data sources. To create relationships, I need to go to the Design tab over here. This Design tab. Then I click on Create Relationship. And I can do it from here to create the 2 connections. But the easier way is I close here. So I go to the Home tab. Then I need to come to View section over here and click on Diagram View. Now I see the 2 sheets having the 2 fields. Store sales has store and other fields. States has store and state field. The store field is common to both of them. So I can create a relationship between these 2 with the mouse. I can click on store, and with the mouse, with the left mouse button click down, I can drag a line like this and drop next to the store. Now you can see there's a line that appears. There's a star here and 1 here. So it's a 1 to many relationship. Star means many fields are there. Star means for 1 value here, there are many values on the store sales workbook. So the 1 here means it's a 1, and the star means too many. There's 1 store number here, and here there are multiple store numbers. So that's why we get an asterisk. Now to return to the Power Pivot data, I can come here, click on Data View. Now I'm ready to use Power Pivot to summarize our company sales data with a pivot table. Now I come to Pivot Table over here and click on Pivot Table. I will select New Worksheet and click OK. Now I got the pivot table fields on this side. So they are states and store sales. So these are the 2 sheets basically, or the data sources. So if I click on this, I see on the states, I got store field and state field. And if I click on store sales, I got store and the other fields. So here on this Power Pivot, actually I'm getting the fields from 2 different data sources. So I have already created the link or the relationship between these 2 data sources. So for the Power Pivot, I can select whatever fields I want from both of these data sources. So this is typically similar to the pivot table layout we have here. The only difference is I'm getting fields from two data sources, dates and store sales. Now the goal is to get a breakdown by state and product of the total revenue. To summarize revenue, I will get the revenue field and get it to sigma values. I will take product to the column value and the state from here to the row value. So I basically taken fields from two data sources. I have taken from the states, the state, and from store sales, I've taken product and revenue and combined into one pivot table. Since I have linked the two data sources by the store number, which is common, I can create this combined pivot table, which has fields from both of these data sources. So let me change the number format here. I'll come to the value section here, click here, go to value field settings, go to number format, and I will select currency. And I will change this to dollars. And click go. And oh. So I got the currency format applied. Now if I had the two data sources separately, I would have to use something like VLOOKUP to look up the values from both of these for the store and then combine and then do the pivot table. But because of Power Pivot, I was able to add both these data sources into the data model, create the relationship and create the pivot table to summarize the data without doing any changes to both data sources. I can also add slices to basically filter out. So if I come here, click somewhere inside the pivot table, I can go to pivot table analyze and click on insert slicer. I will select store from the states and product from store sales and click OK. So I have two filters now. So with these two slices, I can basically filter the data. So I have now selected only store number 1. And let's say I only want beverages as the product. I can see only the data for those two criteria, store number 1 and beverages. So likewise, I can filter out using these filters. So with these slices, I can basically filter and analyze the data. Now let's learn about DAX functions. You can generate new formulas in a pivot table by using calculated items or calculated fields. After your data is imported to Power Pivot, you can use DAX, this is short for Data Analysis Expressions, formula language, to create new calculated columns that make your pivot table much more meaningful. To illustrate a DAX formula, we'll see how we can include year, month, and day of the month in each of the sales transactions in a separate column. So in the Power Pivot window, I need to go to Store Sales. Now I will come to this first column, the blank one. Now I will type functions directly. To do that, I will come here and type equals year. Now what I want is the store sales date. So I will start typing STO, come down, and store sales date field is there. I will select it and close the bracket and press enter. And it's similar to Excel functions. So basically I've used the year function and then store sales, and under store sales I wanted the date field. So I have basically selected a field like named ranges. I have selected the store sales date field, and year function is similar to Excel's year function. So, but this is a DAX function. So I will rename this field, double click to year. Then I'll come to the next field. Again, I will type here, I want to get the month. So I'll type equals MO. I need month, press tab. And then I need again from the store sales date. So I will type STO, click on store sales date and close the bracket, press enter. So I will name this month. Then I come to the third column. Oh, I need to get the day here. So I will type equals day, tab, and I need to get store sales date. Select that and close bracket, press enter. So I need to rename the column heading, double click and type day. So I'll type day of the month. I basically extracted from this day column or the day field. So this is the day number is 4, month is 1, January, and the year is 2024. So likewise, I have obtained all the other fields. So this is how you can use DAX functions to create new calculated fields from your data. Now let's look at how more complex DAX functions work. So for this, we will use this file called myExample, which has some sales data of a company. So on the first sheet, we got the customer ID and the state where the customer resides. Then on the second sheet, invoice header, we got invoice number, customer ID, and the date. So you see there are 10,000 records. And on the final invoice detail sheet, we got invoice number, quantity, unit cost, and the unit price. We will use the data on these sheets to answer questions like how many units were sold in each state, how many units were sold in each state during each year, and so on. To start, we need to make the data in each of these worksheets converted into a table. So I will go to the first sheet, IDs, click somewhere inside the data, and I will use the Control T shortcut to convert to a table. Say OK here, and I will give the name IDs. So I'll go to the second sheet, Control T to convert. Say OK, and this table I will name it header. And the last sheet, I will convert to table, Control T, say OK, and I will name it details. So I got 3 sheets, all converted to tables. Now I'm going to add the data in the 3 tables to Power Pivot. So I will go to the first sheet, click inside the data, and go to Power Pivot and click on Add to Data Model. And now it is inside the Power Pivot. The sheet is IDs. So I'll go to the second sheet, click inside the data, again Add to Data Model. Now header sheet is there inside Power Pivot. Then I go to the third sheet, click inside, again Add to Data Model. Now all three of the sheets are inside the Power Pivot. Now suppose I need to determine the number of units sold during each month in each state. So to do this, I will have to create relationships between the IDs or the customer ID in the ID sheet and the customer ID in the header sheet. And also I need to create relationships between the invoice number in the header sheet and the invoice number in the detail sheet. So to create the relationships, I will go to diagram view over here. And I see the three sheets and the fields. So on the ID sheet, I will click on custom ID and connect it to custom ID in the header sheet. So to do that, I will click on the left mouse, drag and drop to custom ID on the header. So I have now created a relationship. This line appears because of that. So it is a 1 to asterisk means many relationships between the custom ID and the custom ID here. Now I need to create invoice number to invoice number relationship. So I will click here, click on the left mouse button, drag and drop to invoice number. Now I have created a many or asterisk to one relationship between these two invoice numbers in the two sheets. Now I will again go to data view. Now I'm going to calculate the total sales in the header tab. So I will go to the header tab. And in this new column here, I will select, and here I want to calculate the total sales. So the total sales will be unit price into quantity. So I will use a function here called related. So I will type equal sign related, or when I type REL it appears. So I will select the first one, related, tab key, and I need the unit price from the detail sheet. So I come down, select unit price and click tab, and I will close the bracket and asterisk to multiply. Now I need to use another related function. So I will type REL, select related. Now I need quantity from the detail sheet. So I come here, details quantity, select that, click tab and close the bracket and press enter. So I got the total sales here. I will rename this column, double click on that, type sales value. So I have basically created a calculated column here using this formula. So basically related means I am taking related fields from these two sheets. So one sheet is details and inside I'm using the unit column, and the other sheet is details again and I'm using the quantity column. So related I'm using because I have created relationships between these sheets and the fields. So I can use that function to basically to keep the relationships. So after that, I need to have another column for this state. So here I will click on this column, come into the formula bar, equals, and here I will type again related, click tab, and the field I want is state from the ID sheet. So I select ID state and close bracket, press enter. So now I got the IDs also here for the states. We'll click here and rename state. Now I will go to the detail sheet. Here I want to calculate 3 additional columns, that is total revenue, cost and profit. So I'll come to the new column here, come here, type equals, and I want to calculate total revenue. So that will be unit price into quantity. So I can, because I'm on the same sheet, I don't have to use related here. I can just refer by the sheet name and the field. So details, and I need unit price. Click on that, into, again, detail sheet, and I need quantity. I click on quantity and press enter. So I got total revenue here. We'll double click, name it total revenue. And on the next column, I need to calculate total cost. So total cost will be unit cost into quantity. So I'll type the formula here, equals, again, is detail sheet, and I need unit cost. Select that, into, again, details, and I need quantity. Select that, press enter. So I will name that total cost. And the final field, I need the total profit. So I'll come here, type equals, again, detail sheet. I want basically to take revenue first. Total revenue minus, again, details. And now I want total cost. So I select total cost and in. So this is going to be total profit. I will rename that total profit. So this is how we can create relationships and then calculate calculated columns. So far we have created calculated columns. In Power Pivot, we also have what is called measures. These are formulas written using DAX, and they display aggregate results like sums, averages, or it can be more complex calculations. Now I will go to the header sheet, and in the workbook, I will go to the header sheet. Now let's see how we can calculate a total sales measure. To do this, I will come here and click on measures and new measure. I'm going to use the table name is going to be header. I select that and I can give a name to the measure. So I will call it total sales. And in this box next to the equal, I will type the formula. It's going to be the sum and tab. And what I want to sum is basically going to be the sales value. So I will select sales value here and I will close the bracket. Then I will click OK. So now if I go to the Power Pivot and I go to header and I see here the total sales value is now included. So this is what is called a measure. It's kind of an aggregate, like sum over average or something like that calculation, and it's not as a column but as a basically aggregate or a total like this at the bottom of the data set. So I can do some formatting for this number. I will right click, go to format, and I will select number, and I will keep it 2 decimal places and use a 1000 separator and click OK. So now it's more readable, 7,671,521 and 12 cents. I can also calculate the distinct number of customers in the header sheet. So to do that, I will come here again, click on measures, new measure, and I'm on the header sheet. I will type for the measure name, number of distinct customers. And I will use the function distinct count. Select distinct count tab. And for the field, I will use customer ID. And close the bracket and say OK. So now if I check here, I got in the Power Pivot number of distinct customers 259. So likewise, you can use other functions like average and so on, and you can get measures into your Power Pivot this way.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our top-selling CPD certified Excel courses and our awesome Excel training app. Our innovative Excel training app allows you to take our Excel courses inside your Excel application itself, giving you a truly immersive learning experience.